Hola amigos, this is level 12 and today we are going to be finding out what deadly sin the Hetalia characters showcase, or which Hetalia character goes with which of the 7 deadly sins. So as always, first we are going to define the 7 deadly sins. Now I just went with a list I found on Wikipedia, even though I knew what they were, I wanted to be sure. So 1 is gluttony, which is the unholy desire for large amounts of food. Lust is the unholy desire for another person out of marriage. 3, greed, the continuous want for anything and everything. 4, pride, holding yourself above everyone, even God. 5, wrath, immense anger and hatred towards another. Vainglory/envy, immense jealousy of another or something they have. And 7, sloth, being unkept, unhygienic in appearance/laziness. So there was an 8th one, but it was like sorrow and despair, and I never really heard of it. And as you can see, almost all the little pictures I found, they only showed 7, so I'm just sticking with the main 7. So first for gluttony, none other than America. So I had to pick between America and China because they both like to eat. However, we don't see China eating as much as we do America, and China literally told America in one of the episodes, "You're a gluttonous pig." I think that was when they were on the island and America just took off his shirt and candy fell from his shirt. So yeah, America's just always eating, which is basically gluttony in a nutshell. And as you can see, which by the way, some of you are going to get mad, but this is the only picture of fan art I actually have. All the rest are literal screenshots. But as you can see, he's drinking a soda and he has this sandwich, which it's a good representation of what America is, but I don't eat this type of stuff. It's too much at once, man. Next is lust, and can you blame me for picking France? France is always trying to pick a character up. My best example is when he saw Greece was cleaning around the Colosseum, and Greece explained to him about the original Olympics and how they were done naked, and he was all up for it. And then I think England arrested him for public nudity. Anyways, and then in another episode with a girl who looks like Joan of Arc, or Joan d'Arc, he tries to pick her up too, and then America's all sultry, being like, France always getting all the girls. Next is greed, and it's the Netherlands. So I struggle with picking who would be greed, because when I first thought of greed, I just thought of wanting things, and I was like, well, that could go for all the nations because they all want land and money and such. So originally greed was Russia, because he wants the Baltics. So but then I thought, no, greed's more money. Which nation is the most frugal and cheapest? It's the Netherlands, which by the way, I have about, what is it, 1/5 Netherland in me? So some percentage of Dutch, actually. And so, who better than the Netherlands? And in the first episode we see him, we don't really get that sense of he's a cheapskate. But then when we go later into his third appearance, when Belgium is describing her daring older brother, she kind of follows him around, and he buys a bunch of herring, which is fish, from Poland and Lithuania, and then he sells it at a really, really big price. And then he gets weapons from someone else. And then he tries to sell them to Spain, who was like down on his luck, and Belgium was like, oh, my poor brother. And then the Netherlands literally tells Belgium, money makes the world go round. So yeah, greed. Pride, Prussia. They both start with a P and an R, and you can't blame me for picking this. So I struggle with defining pride between America and Prussia, because America is always like, oh, I'm the hero, I can do this, I can do that. But then, he's gluttony, so pride. Prussia is always like, I'm the awesomest, I'm the best, and I'm yada yada yada, all this other crap I don't care for. And yet he's a fallen nation. How's that for you, Prussia? How's that working out for you? Anyway, so pride is basically being the best and claiming you're the best, and literally that's all I ever see this guy do. And see, here's Germany, just putting up with it. Oh, dang. I moved the picture. Dang. Anyways, wrath, Germany. So again, I struggle with putting who for wrath, because I struggle between Russia, England, and Germany, because they're all always, kind of perpetually angry. Well, not Russia, more so he's angry when off screen. Anyways, I picked Germany because the first time we see him, he's yelling at America to shut up and sit down and all the other nations. And just, he's always yelling at someone. The only time I've ever seen him relaxed is when he's asleep, and even then he looks ticked off. Or when he's talking to Japan, because Japan's serious. He knows what's up. Other than that, Germany's kind of just always upset and angry and, not happy. So wrath, yeah. Envy! England! Oh, I struggled with this one too. I struggled putting England for this, but you know what they say, green-eyed envy. Any of y'all heard that? Am I too old for this? Anyways, so I put England for envy for a couple of reasons, because one, when they were out scouting colonies in France, well, I don't know if this is canon, but France did have Canada for a little while, and then England just gets jealous and takes Canada away from him. And then England is upset that America decided to be its own little colony. I feel like he's jealous of that. Also, how the other nations can be such good big brothers or big sisters to their younger nations, and he's just, most of his colonies kind of got screwed up. America is this hero, Canada's a wimp, and Sealand isn't even a nation. So I feel like he's kind of jealous of all the other nations, because they're happy and go lucky, and he's just sitting here like, grumble, 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 why can't my food work? Grumble, grumble. So, yeah, England. Just the vibes I get from him. Sloth! And finally, Italy. So Sloth, as I originally said, was to be unkept in appearance, unhygienic, yada yada yada. But then I thought about it more as in what a sloth is, which is just a lazy animal. So Italy, along with Greece, are the two laziest nations I could think of. Greece, I've only seen him work a few times, and then he took a nap, like right after. Italy, all he either wants to do is eat or sleep, so slothish there. Every time I went back and forth between these two characters, and I finally just decided on Italy because literally just popularity. Yeah, so that's Sloth. So that was the 7 Deadly Sins as Hetalia characters. Now, I know there's an anime, The 7 Deadly Sins, and it popped up when I was looking up information for this. So if you think another character suited one of the sins, or you just disagree with my opinion, please feel free to leave all that stuff in the comments, and I will most likely get back to you. Anyways, please like and subscribe for more anime and otaku related content. Updating, not sure about that. Anyways, ciao chicos!